Okay guys, MCU Collector here with the next video. This is video number 6 in the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, Avengers Wave 3, Thanos Build-A-Figure or Armored Thanos Build-A-Figure or Endgame Wave 1. For some reason it's officially called Avengers Wave 3. It continued on from Infinity War. So here we have Nighthawk, and this is the least my least favorite of the wave, the one that I just don't care for in any way. And I know there are people that really want this figure, love the character, my friend Joey for one, but I just this figure really doesn't mean anything to me, but it is what it is. I like the logo that he has and the special packaging. That is pretty awesome. He comes with the right arm to Thanos and his weapon, the Infinity Sword, as it may be called. Who knows what it's going to be. I want to think that it's like an Easter egg to the Thanos copter kind of thing, looking like the propeller. But I don't know. It's an interesting figure. We got a lot of reused parts on the figure, a couple of new things, a new head sculpt, the cape. Is cool, I guess. I'm worried on how it's going to stand up and hold up with the figure, but we shall see that here shortly. So pretty cool. Taking a look at the side artwork. The artwork for him looks pretty awesome. It looks very computer generated though. I don't know if that's supposed to be if there's like a video game rendition of him or something, or why it kind of looks like that, but it does actually look pretty awesome. The bio reads, Marvel's Nighthawk, originally a member of Squadron Sinister, the wealthy Kyle Richmond has a change of heart and joins the Defenders. Interesting. Might read up on him a little bit just to kind of get a better idea, but let's check out the figure. Okay guys, here is the Nighthawk figure out of the package, and it's pretty basic. We have bucket cap body mold used again, so I will not be going over the articulation. We'll get up close to look at a couple of things, but for the most part, this is a disappointing figure for me. There's a couple of things that I have problems with, a couple of things that are cool, and then some things that I wish Hasbro could have done better. So without further ado, I'm just going to zoom right on into it. I'm not even going to cut or anything. We're just going to take a look. Now, one thing that I noticed on this figure that I think would have been a little bit cool is if these little wing pieces or whatever those are on his head that are around his eyes, if they would have flared out a little bit more. Now, they're sculpted outwards, but they don't flare out. Now, if you look at the back of the package, you could see there clearly that they flare out. So it would have been nice if the figure, if they would have flared out a little bit more, but it is what it is. Now the torso piece, now you're not going to really see it so much on camera, but the dark blue and the yellow don't mix so well. Now it looks like they went over it a couple of times. They probably should have gone over it a couple of times more, because you could see the blue bleeding through on several areas, especially when it comes out into his shoulders, and then some areas in his torso. And then based on where the muscle definition is, like right in the center there, you can kind of see it. There's a little blue speck there, where it's just coming through and the yellow doesn't quite hit it. Now I get it, the yellow over the blue, it's going to be difficult anyway, but I think they should have had another 1 or 2 deco hits to really cover that yellow. Now the cool thing is the cape is actually pretty cool. Now the thing is heavy. In the package, there's another plastic piece that goes in between the body and the cape to really make sure it kind of holds in place. Now it ports into the back of the figure. As you can see there, it's going to be hard to kind of get some light in there, but it ports right on into the back of the figure, and it really curves around him going back to the figure, and that's why he's really able to stand up, and that's not actually so much of an issue. So it's actually a very cool design in that sense. Now it's just a funky design that it just kind of goes up and it's so big and whatnot, but it does look pretty cool, and it's very comic accurate, so Hasbro gets the kudos there. Now the wrists, the forearms, I believe are brand new. Now Joey, my buddy, when he was over here, he had mentioned it because he had first seen kind of the wrinkled lines right there on the glove, and then we noticed they're actually sculpted. So the yellow, where it meets the blue, that's actually sculpted there, so that you get brand new forearms at least on this figure, so that's cool. These hands, I don't believe these hands have been used anywhere before. They're not the same as Darkhawk, because Darkhawk, I think, just on one had an extra piece that was onto his hand, but not like this. This is kind of a Wolverine type design, but they do not come off. You know, I was looking at the promo image on the back, and I was looking at the blades, and they look silver, so I was a little concerned how they were going to be on the figure. At first in the package, they looked like they were going to be the same exact yellow that they didn't even bother painting, but Hasbro did paint them. Let's see if we can see a difference. It just looks like kind of like an orange color from here, but they are actually a little bit of a metallic gold. You know, it's really hard to come through, but there you can kind of really see the color difference. So Hasbro did paint them, and they are very pliable and flexible there, but luckily mine really aren't warped, so I have no concerns there. But that's really about it. Because of the way the figure sits in there, the cape is so big, you know, my figure was really pushed up to the front of the plastic, so my nose actually kind of got flattened out a little bit. I don't know if it's going to come... You're going to see that. You see how it's kind of round right at the tip of his nose? That's because it got flattened and pushed in. So be careful of that. Now the blue actually comes through a little bit on the skin tone, right where his nose is. Yeah, it's really not coming through on video, but that was another thing. So as these hit stores, and if you're picking them up and you have the opportunity to really pick and choose which one you're going to grab, really double check them because of those couple of things that I had mentioned there. Now, as far as accessories, Build-A-Figure piece, he comes with the Thanos sword, which I had mentioned earlier. I guess we'll kind of take a quick look at it too. It looks pretty awesome there. There's no paint or anything, but I do like the sculpted detail into it. And you could see here, like right there, it's got some sculpted in kind of gashes into the blade. So I like how that looks. Pretty cool there. And then we have, again, the left arm to Thanos. Okay, hit that thumbs up if you guys liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Any questions, hit me down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys.